Alright guys, Raging Reaper 1 here on how to play Sova on Bind. Alright, we're going to start on the defending side. We're going to start with B side. Now, generally, I'd suggest defending on B long, considering Hookah's a little bit more tight space and Sova could end up dying due to the fact that they may rush and he had just gotten his ability off and just be not prepared for it. But say you're defending B long. So you're going to want to land or line it up. Starting line is going to be right here. You're going to line it up just about here, double bounce it,
Revealing area.
and it goes straight all the way down towards covering this full area right there. That way you know whether or not they're coming through B. And if there's no one down there, or if you might be a little suspicious, you could always do the recon drone, go down there, kind of look around, check the corners, and then push onward. Now, generally, you're going to have somebody in hookah to determine whether or not it's going to be a B push, because sometimes they won't come down B long, but they'll come through hookah. So in that position, you're in the better position to start flanking, especially if you've got the recon drone. You've seen them right here, and they're able to hold them right there. You'll just push down, start lining them up, or get a few shock darts out.
Shock dart.
Let's see if we can get this angle right. Should be able to
Shock dart.
get close enough. Maybe it need to be a little bit
Shock dart.
higher. There you go. So if you land the shock dart, you know someone's in this cubby right here. Sometimes people crawl off in this as they're trying to push hookah, or possibly just when you're attacking and someone's trying to flank and you come down here. You just double bounce it, hit it just outside
Shock
of that,
dart.
and it should come straight back into that corner. So if you're defending hookah, wouldn't suggest it, but sometimes you've got some teammates that may have a sniper and they want to take the B long, try to get some kills, so you're inside of hookah. Now for the most part, you're probably going to want to hit just
Revealing
about
area.
right there. That way you get the full coverage of the area. More than likely, if they're pushing hookah, it's going to get shot down, but you're going to get that second's notice of if someone's pushing up. Now, say you have enough time, you know they're pushing, but they're doing it very slowly, and they might want to come into this corner. All you got to do, one bounce it,
Shock dart.
straight back, hit them with the shock dart. Now, if you're not sure, you could always just hide behind this, put the
Deploying
recon
drone.
drone out, check the area, start firing off a few darts, trying to map some people out. For the most part, that's what you're going to be doing with hookah. Not much else you could do besides just obviously defending, using some gunplay, and trying to push onward. And then you'll just push on down if you know they're coming A. So let's go to A side. Hold on, I forgot. Now with Bind, there's portals, which are fairly interesting. Obviously, they can teleport you through the map, but they can also teleport your abilities.
Revealing area.
So say you know they're coming A, and you want to know a little bit more information. If you got the Recon Dart, you can just send it straight through,
Revealing area.
as well as the
Take
Recon
flight.
drone. So you get a bird's eye view, start tagging some targets. It's always nice to be able to come up behind the enemy and let your teammates know when something's coming through. You can also do it with the shock dart.
Shock dart.
That's going to go through and hit them. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright, so we're on defending, and now we're going to A side. A side's, it's a little bit more tricky. Sometimes Sova's not very much utilized, but can always work out quite well. Now there's a few things you can do with Sova in A side. It's pretty much singular. You could take up heaven position, but I'd almost say you're better off kind of holding the front line unless you're sniping from back there. Now you could get up there really quickly. Can shoot your darts from back here. There are some halfway decent angles. Say, you know, you've got one person over here, maybe one person over here, and you're trying to three-man A, since most people push A. You can hit your dart
Revealing
right
area.
there, bounce it in, get a general description of that area. You're never really going to want to throw your dart off in
Revealing
here
area.
unless you're on the back foot and you're just trying to find out whether or not they're pushing up right there. And you're going to have your sniper ready and to start picking them off. Same with this corner as well. Now, if you're holding down a mid, you're more than likely just going to want one bounce. You're going to be up here.
Revealing
So
area.
bounce it, get a general description of this area. Say you know they're coming from this corner and they're just kind of hiding behind it.
Shock dart.
It's not exactly what you want
Shock
to happen,
dart.
but you can hit them like so. A
Shock
little bit
dart.
further back, kind of push them back, or get a little bit of damage in. Not too bad. So say you're defending showers. Your best bet is going to be a double bounce. Hold it right here,
Revealing area.
and it goes all the way straight back to the front door. Going to get a good coverage on whether or not they're going to be pushing from right there.
Shock
And
dart.
also do the same with the shock dart.
Shock
Kind of
dart.
want to line it up properly, because I am not lining it up properly. You want to get a good angle.
Shock dart.
One that gives you good coverage. Make sure you're behind cover, not out in the open. But enough of an angle
Shock dart.
just to get it back in there. And say you know somebody's in this corner, can always just
Shock dart.
one bounce it, hit it straight back there. And then push forward from there, determining whether or not you have enemies pushing on you or not. And you can also do the same thing with the portal on B.
Revealing area.
Push it straight through. What you can do though, is a little bit different. If you get a bit of an angle,
Revealing area.
hold on.
Revealing area.
I don't know if I can get it properly.
Revealing area.
There you go. So if you get a bit of a tight angle on it, it can go outside of the portal.
Revealing area.
A little bit more tricky with this portal, but it'll end up working out quite well for you if, say, you're defending A, but you hear a lot of noise over on hookah, or they're pushing B long. It's good before you use the portal to do that, just to know where those enemies are as soon as you come through. Alright, so let's move to the attacking side. So we're going to go opposite again. Now, say you're going through showers on the attacking side. A couple of different ways you can throw your recon bolt out there. Actually, you don't want to do it. No bounce.
Revealing
Just want to
area.
kind of like half charge, half full charge. So you're going to get a good, decent range of view from it.
Revealing area.
You can do it at different angles.
Revealing area.
And let's see. Should land. Well, they landed about the same spot.
Revealing area.
You're more than likely not going to want to do it right there, though. You're either going to be one right
Revealing
here,
area.
and straight up. You'll get that corner right there. You could do it from back here as well. Do
Revealing
about
area.
a half charge, and it should land just about the same spot, as long as you're aimed in this general direction. You don't want to aim off in this direction because that's beyond the map. You want to make sure you're still lining up with the A side. Now, say a few rounds in, you know there's some guy that's always in showers and he's right about here. He's really irritating you. He's always got a shotgun or something. I've had it more than a few times and it's really frustrating. With Sova,
Shock dart.
you can just land some shock darts in there. Say he's a little bit further back, double
Shock
bounce it, get him. You tired of that guy? You just land a couple of those and then rush in. He's either going to push outward or he's going to push back. So he doesn't want to take all that damage. Sometimes they're a little bit crazy. They'll just take the damage and try to roll out and push you. But at that same point, you're already right here. You're ready to start lining him up. Well, let's go into a little bit more detail. So maybe you don't want to like arc it over because you're afraid your shot's not so good.
Revealing
You can
area.
always just double bounce it in, kind of get a view right there if you really want to do it from that point. But your best bet, if you're not going to waste it by arcing it over, is to get straight into this doorway. Make sure you're not going to have any threats going on. One bounce,
Revealing area.
and you're going to get this whole area covered. So in case you got people pushing on A mid, It's a good vantage point to know whether or not there's enemies there waiting for them and where they're going to be. And especially with these boxes, if they're right behind them, hiding behind them, your teammates can wallbang that, get a little bit of damage or a kill. So let's go to mid. So say you're attacking A mid with Sova. Recon Dart, in this situation, I wouldn't consider arcing it. I'd consider double bounce. You're going to have your line right about here. And then you'll come in, hit just below this, and land it right there. You may want to do it a little bit higher for this reason right here. It's going to land right there on the outside of it instead of this side right here. That way it's going to have full coverage this way and have a decent coverage of that little back alley right behind U-Haul. At the same point, if you've got some pesky enemies hiding behind that oh, okay. Like I said, these arrows can fly off in many different directions depending on some of these small corners you don't really see. If you got someone right there, ping him with the shock dart. If you got someone that's back behind that, you can always double bounce it. Possibly get inside that building right there as well. Say you've got somebody off in this corner. Well, that didn't exactly go as planned, but you can land it on the side of this vehicle and get that corner pretty well, just in case you know.
Revealing area.
Now, let's go to the B side. So say you're on the attacking side and you're going for B side. You're going to go through hookahs. For me, best bet is you'll be right here. Most of the time, some people may cross out, some enemies may just push immediately, so I'd always have my weapon ready as soon as you're walking out, just in case, just to line them down. But if they don't, kind of want to get to this corner right here, one bounce, because if you notice, there's a bit of a curve to this. So you want to hit this just right, that way it doesn't go into the wrong direction. You'll hit right above it, somewhere around that midpoint, and you'll get good coverage of hookah. Now, that's not exactly the best one right there. You may want to go a little bit more back.
Revealing area.
Okay, I'm really messing up this dart now. So maybe you want to go a little bit more back. Hold on. So you get right behind the box, right about there. That's much better. That's going to be a good coverage whether or not someone's back here. And as soon as you push in, be sure and check right behind here because there's always someone hiding there sometimes. And if you know for a fact after a few rounds that someone's generally hiding behind that, just give them a good old shock dart. Give them a little pain for all those times they've just one-shot you from just coming around the corner and then they pop out. Now from that point, you can also, if you've got Recon Dart again by this point, also get back there. It's always a good rule of thumb once you're defending the plant right here to have that covered because a lot of people come from that back alley transferring from A. Sometimes they'll come from portal, but for the most part, they'll come from that back way. Now say you're going C-long. C-long's a bit tricky with the arrows. There's not much to go by as far as a reference point to shoot since for the most part you're going to want to hit above this line though. You're going to do a one bounce. It's somewhere you want to get right about here so that anybody that may be sniping is not going to see you. Get a little bit of coverage.
Revealing area.
You pop one off. Now hold on. Let me see if I can get it directly on that.
Revealing area.
There we go. So you want to notice this little cloud right here. You want to hit right about lined up with that right there.
Revealing area. You'll definitely want to land somewhere just right about here. Revealing area.
That's fascinating. Okay, so I found a new trick, guys. Alright, if you stand right here and you hit this little dent right on that cloud,
revealing area.
apparently it goes That's where I technically wanted it to go, but apparently you can land it to go all the way back in there.
Revealing area.
There it goes again. Yeah. That's a really good dart. I'm gonna have to learn that for later. All right. All right, boys and girls. So anyways, from this point, so say you know there's a sniper and he's tucked off right there. You can obviously just dart like that, hit him in there good. And at the same point, if you know someone's tucked off in here, land another shock dart right there. Now, once you've pushed down lane, there's generally someone right here. Sometimes people are up here as well. Jet or Raze could jump up there, so always be wary of that. But for the most part, if you know someone's either going to be right here from teammates that have tried to push out and died, or some that have already pushed in and died, you just want to one-tap it, get that shock dart in there. Kind of want to get it a little bit higher, that way it goes straight back into that corner. You can also use this. Well, maybe this, hold on. That's not going to work. It's a pretty tricky angle. You can sometimes get the shock dart to go straight back right around this corner without having to peer out. Ah, well. But I'm just not hitting it properly right now. But if you're pinned down right here as well, and you know someone's back this way, hit it a little bit lower, one bounce it, and you can hit somebody right there, come out, push them, and start lining them up. It's always a good tactic to have, and sometimes, you never know, somebody could be pushing this way or pushing that way. And you just got them with the one bounce. Stop them right in their tracks. Push them back at least. For the most part, you won't want to shoot any arrows back here. It's kind of more of your gunplay that's going to be used for this, and you don't really want to recon dart it because it's just a closed-in container. Unless there's only one person that you know of and you just want to get them, you'll just want to come around, bounce it, or you can double bounce it, get it a little, get it a little bit further in there. Remember the angles. But for the most part, that's what you're going to do as Sova on this map. Recon drone is going to be pretty helpful on this map as well, especially when you're pushing around a flank. You never know, say you are on defending B long, run down. You got to come over here, and this tight little corner right here. This is always a problem area. You never know if someone's going to start coming down this way or not. Most of the time, they're not going to be moving from this angle. But you can always just kind of line up right here, take the drone out, start flying it in, check the corners, just to see if anybody's coming. And you'll have enough time to get all the way around that corner. Now, say that's not enough for you. You could always just do it like this.
Take flight.
Come around the corner, check the area. If you know they've already pushed in as well, it's a really good rule of thumb to check this area and then check around that way. Alright guys, hope you found this helpful, and this will be the ending of the trilogy of maps for how to play Sova. I'll see you guys in the next video.